Hello everyone, welcome to Karmic Palms. Let's analyze this person's palm today. Before we do, please subscribe. And if you want to get your palm analyzed, do WhatsApp us, it's in the description box. Let's do an in-depth analysis of this person's palm. Okay, we will check his right, then we will jump to his left and see which one is better and what are the potential bad or negative or positive things he can attract from his potential into his current life. Now, looking at his lifeline, if you see here, it comes from this point here, it stops here, and then it continues from this point and it goes down, which means there will be health related issues. There are certain lines which are trying to connect here, but it's not connected, which means around at 50 to about 54, there will be health related issues in this person's life. I would say 50 to 50, I would say late 40s, 49 onwards to about 54, 55, this person is going to have health related issues. And after that, the life continues. Judging from his heart line here, which means that he will live for quite some time. Actually, 87, 88 is what I would say. Okay, but they will, if this goes all the way down here, this means he will also have a good, healthy life. But there will be illnesses on the dates that I just said earlier. Now, if you see here, his heart line is here. The heart line is quite long, and if you see here, it comes down here and attaches itself, correct? His mind line is very short. You see here? It's very short. There are small lines connecting, which means this person in his life will deal too much with emotions. Too many emotions, decisions will happen in this person's life. Some good, some bad. But most decisions in his life will be based in emotions, with emotions, which is not a recommended thing in life, especially if you're in job or you're doing business or anything like that. It's not recommended. Why? Because what happens is there are certain times emotions are good, but there are a lot of times it can jeopardize your growth in life. Okay, so they need to be very careful when they're making decisions, especially when it comes to money. They should always go with what the mind says, go with logic, go with numbers and things like that. Okay, otherwise there will be problems in this person's life. Also, if you see the fate line, it starts from the bottom here, which means this person gets a very early start, early 20s onwards. And if you see here, it goes to this point here, correct? It comes to this point, and then what do you see here? There is a massive X here. Do you see this? And what do you see after that? There are very thin small lines here which are trying to grow. Now, what does this mean? This means there will be a certain point. He'll have a very early start up to the age of 50. This person is going to do well. So basically, say from 20, if he starts his career and he goes all the way up to 50, that's 30 years of growth. Or let's say if he starts from 25 onwards, or 20, say 25. So that's 25 years of growth this person is going to have. But what happens is the minute he touches 50, there is some decision that this person is going to take which will have severe consequences. I mean financially. There will be a severe financial loss, which might even wipe out 80% of this person's, 80 to 90% of this person's savings or income or money. Everything will be wiped off. Why? Because having an X mark on the Saturn mount and after that there's no fate line indicates that this person will have a severe financial, some poor decision that this person will make during that age, which will create a severe financial loss. Now, is there a remedy for this? Yes. What is the remedy? Don't do it. When you come to that age, I would say from 50 to 52, postpone every decision making. Let somebody else decide for you. Keep all that money in the bank and don't do anything. Even if you have to go find a job again and do something, go do it. But do not take that money and invest in anything. Do not lend money to somebody. Do not invest money into any business or something that you don't understand. Or even if you understand, I suggest that you don't do it. Okay, why? Because there will be a severe financial loss in this person's life. And because of emotional decisions, you see, because of the heart line, which is very long, and the mind line small, that emotional decision will make him do that. Either it will be his close family member who will ask for money or something like that will happen. And because of that, the if he goes through it, then 80 to 90% of his savings, life savings, whatever that is going to get wiped off. Okay, so this is what this shows here. Apart from that, there will be some recognition of name and fame is there. Business line is also there, but it's all broken, which means too many jumpings. From 6 months, 2 years here, 3 years here, 4 years here, doesn't work. Close the business, lose money, to start something else. You shouldn't do it. I suggest when you have a fate line like this and a broken business line, find a job and save your money. Invest in appreciating assets, invest in properties. And even when you're investing properties, make sure the documentations are right so you don't get taken for a ride or get cheated. Just make sure that everything is right, because in this area, when you're trying to make an investment, the money will go for it will go like, full on, all the money is going to go for a loss. So this part here I'm talking, time to build here, the 25, 30 years of that break that you're going to get in life. When this person starts building, they will be able to save a lot of money. Invest in appreciating assets like property, land, buildings, things like that. Do not do it in risky businesses. Okay, if they want to take risk, they can take risk because the lines are quite good. You see, there's no Rahu lines here. His Rahu is quite positive, so he can take risk. But after a certain age, I would say after 50 onwards, no taking risk at all, because any risk will have severe consequences in his life. Now let's compare his potential to his current. Okay, let me see how it is. Now if you see his lifeline, it's here, it comes down and it goes all the way down, which means there is no illness here. And this palm here in this current life has illnesses. Okay, that is one point. Second thing is, if you see the fate line, again, it comes all the way from down here, it goes up, which shows steady growth. And again, at the same, roughly around the same period of time, you see a massive X here. Do you see it? There's a massive X, but there is growth after that. But here there is no growth. He tries something, but it will not work. Okay. Also, if you see here, the sun line is here, but there is another line trying to cut across like this, which also indicates defamation. They'll question your character. They will defame your name in the society. Okay, so this is not a good sign again. Also, if you see, the business line is quite good here. It's quite positive here. It attaches itself like this. So he can do business. And he has a good mind line here, which means he will think properly, he will do things properly. Okay, the heart line is also the same here. It attaches itself, but there is mind line here. The mind line is not short, broken here. So, which means all these positive signs, for example, the business line can be taken into the current life. The mind line can be taken, this part here can be taken into his current life by creating positive merits, positive actions, positive thoughts. If you do this, then all the good lines will get activated. Otherwise, what will happen is, if you create negative thoughts and negative actions, then you see this defamation, this will get activated. Then you'll think, how come I don't have that line in my current life, but it's getting activated? Even the illness, the lifeline can also be activated. So if you create positive things, then what happens is, these lines effects will become minimum, bare minimum. Okay, so this is the thing, guys. When you get your palm checked, see, for example, there's X mark on both, but there's deformation line here which is not. So what happens is, somewhere knowingly or unknowingly, when you create negative actions, then what happens is you're activating negative lines from your potential palm. That's why two palm reading is very, very important. Okay, I hope this helps. Please subscribe to Karmic Palms, and if you want to get your palm analyzed, do WhatsApp us. And if you want to look at modern palm reading, you can look at my other channel, which is called Palmistry. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.